My name is Tom Shimosaka from Sacramento, California. Born and raised in here, Oak Park. Been here 39, so been here 39 years. Kind of ventured out a little bit here and there, but this is home, so always end up coming back. See, I got into calisthenics, and one day I was on YouTube, and I was watching, I used to do a lot of pull-ups and stuff like that, and so I always looked up, I wanted to switch my workout up, and I came across these barstarzz videos where people were hanging sideways, doing muscle ups, different kind of push-ups, with no weights at all, just all body weight, bar dips, just kind of flying. And I was like, man, what the heck and so for like a few years, I was just like, dude, this is unbelievable. Showing my brother, my friends, like, look what these guys do. And then I started trying to imitate it, do it at home, go to the park, try to do pull-ups, try to do muscle-ups, really. I mean, pull-ups I had down, but trying to get over the bar was like, man, that was something different. So it took me over a year to even try to attempt one to where I actually got it, but it was all chicken wing, not too good form. So that's kind of how it started, and I started doing more push-ups, more body weights, going back to pull-ups, bar dips, trying to get as many bar dips reps as I could, and then still was even getting reps on bar dips and push-ups. I could do a lot of those, but still the muscle ups and the body levers, and man, I just couldn't do it. And what happened was kind of when I started really catching on to a little more, and then kind of got in a little tragic situation where I got in a car accident and got hit by a drunk driver. And then from there, man, it kind of just switched everything up where, I woke up in the hospital. I don't even know what happened. I just remember looking to the side, my mom was there, and I was like, after a few days, everything was hazy, blurry, like I could just see everything bright, and I was like, man, what the heck, like what's going on? I didn't even know what happened. And then I looked to my mom, she was right on the side of me, and I was like, well, what's going on? And then she was like, just relax, it's okay, just, And I was like, first thing I was like, where's Christine, And then she was like, she didn't make it, and that was my wife of 15 years, and then, so I was like, what? And I kind of went back out, like, it's like a dream. I thought I was dreaming. And then I kind of woke back up, got back into reality, and I was like, man, this is true, So then I was like, where's my kids? I have 3 kids, and she's like, well, they're at your brother's, and I was like, do they know? And they're like, they don't know yet. And then I was like, well, we need to tell them. So then when they came to the hospital, I was like, they were I guess they briefed them real quick, and let them know, like, hey, your dad's not gonna look the same. I was hooked up to a lot of things. I couldn't, my legs, I couldn't move my leg, and I shattered my femur, my acetabulum in my hip, my knee, broke ribs on both sides. So I was kind of like, couldn't move. And then, so they came in, and I told them, I looked at them, they were kind of tripped out, and I was like, man, dude, like, don't worry. What you see now is nothing. I'm gonna come back. I got you guys. We're gonna do this. So that's kind of why I switched up my routine, because I couldn't use my legs. I had to learn how to walk again, And then I had surgeries. This was like 3 years ago from now. So I had a lot of surgeries for the first 2 years on my legs. So it was up and down, up and down. And in 2016, the beginning of the year, was the first actual year that I got to push on some weights, and not even a lot. I get to like 1 bar. So during the time that I was down, I did a lot of upper body, and I just remember like, man, I'm gonna do these body lifts, I'm gonna do these muscle ups, like not even the muscle, just a lot of pull-ups. I'd be on my walker, and I'd do like bar dips, and I was getting up to like 100 bar dips, and then I'd roll over, get on the ground, roll over, and I'd kick my foot over my other leg because this leg wouldn't move, and then to where it would just hold up, and then I would do push-ups, and then kept getting better, more stronger, more reps, and then Then I ended up getting to where I get people to take me to the gym. My cousin Jew would just take me to the gym, and we get to weights, and I'd go on the bars, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna get these muscle ups, man. And then I kept messing with it. I don't know, it just clicked one day how I got it. Boom, got it. Boom. I would do like one rep, like every time at least one rep, and it wasn't too fancy or looked all legit, but then after I got the motion, I was like, I kept watching the videos. I still was watching the videos, and it was Ed, and they had Hannibal in there and everybody, and then he had a bunch of tutorials, and I was like, okay, trying to see, trying to build up the reps, and I just kept going with it. Boom, and I find once I got over, I just took it from there, just kept going, boom, boom. Then I was getting up to 3, getting up to 4, and then I'd just do push-ups to get back on my walker and do bar dips. And a lot of this I was at the gym. A lot of people that at the gym that know me right now, they're like, man, this dude's crazy, because I would come in there with canes, walkers, all this stuff, and still do the exercises. This is like, it was a life changer, you know what I mean? I woke up, like I said, this is my life now, and I had to go through a lot of mental things, not just physically. And I think mental is way tougher than physical, you know what I mean? Everybody can go through broken bones and push to come back, but it's that mental state that was like, man, I was trying to get myself not to go back, like not to go into a messed up mental state to where depressions, why this, why me, and then I would be like, nah, because I always kind of beast it out with things, and I was like, nah, man, come on, let's just keep going, let's just keep pushing, and that's when I'd get to the bar, I'd try to get over, roll out of bed, or have someone help me get to my walker, stuff like that, and I was like, I wanted to do it, because I just couldn't sit there, man, and the calisthenics and working out, that's what helped my mind. That's what kept me sane. That's what kept me going. I put all that negative energy that I would build up in my mind, and I would take it to the weights, take it to the bar, take it doing pull-ups, doing push-ups, doing bar dips. And every time I felt like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't my life. This is not gonna be my life. Like, I'm not gonna let somebody else write the story to my life. So I just kept pushing, and still to this day, that's where I get everything out. That's where any kind of negative energy, I take it to the bars, take it to the gym, and I push it all out there. I feel good every time I come out. I feel like I'm stronger. I feel like I accomplished more. I feel like my mind is mentally stronger. And I think anything you do in life, it doesn't even have to be gym. It could be, sports. It could just be living, family, work. It's all mental. If you get your mind right, then everything gets better. Everything gets better. And then if you learn to push it, man, it's a whole different world, man. And calisthenics and working out and doing all this is like, this is what keeps me sane. This is my therapy for me, and man, I love it. Even though I've went through tragedies, I haven't felt this good in my life in a long, long time, and I feel like I'm in a good state right now, and I owe it all to just being in the gym and working out. out.